Okay, just do a quick mic check. Sorry for the noise in the background. Right, just get YouTube up on my tablet so that I can see any comments. And we will go into a quick run through of the qualifying. So, welcome along everybody to Aero League Racing Series 20. We're now just over halfway through this the season. We're at round 5 in Circuit de Catalunya in Spain, or from wherever you live, because we all play it online, don't we? So we should have a very good couple of races to look forward to this evening. So to get us started, let's have a run through the qualifying results, and let's start at the back. So in 16th place is Banana with a 1:45.2. That's actually still a pretty good time for around here. So this is already going to be shaping up to be some close racing. In 15th place, we've got Mike with a 1:44.2. And in 14th, just ahead of him, in the Renault, is Lord Hands with a 1:44.039, so almost making it into the 43s. Ahead of him is Boyan, the Citroen, so expecting a very quick start off the line from him with a 1:43.9. In 12th place, we've got Fudo with a 1:43.6. And in 11th is Inorganic with a 1:43.3. Just, what's that, 100th of a second in front of him is HK with a 1:43.366. And then that's the start of our top 10. So then we have in 9th place El Bird with a 1:43.2, getting quicker every time. In 8th place, in the first of the Ferraris, is Benke with a 1:43.1. Falcon just in front of him with a 1:43.0.88 in 7th place. And now things start getting very quick. In sixth position, we've got Pusher, who's going to be wanting to make up some good positions and get a good result for this race, because his championship is looking pretty good. He's had some good results so far, so if he can get another good result here, he closes the gap to Munken. So he's in 6th place with a 1:43.052. Then getting into the 42s for the first time is Gum with a 42.9. Ahead of him is Boulder with a 1:42.7. Unimo only just ahead of him with a 1:42.5 in the GTR. And rounding out the top 2, we've got Revelet with a 42.3 and Munken on pole in arguably the meta car, let's say, the pole time of a 1:42.0.34. Was it 1:42.034? There we go. So pretty good times all round, really. A bit of a spread, but it's a track that can definitely be a difficult one, really. Just allowing, there's plenty of room to make mistakes, which can slowly add up and cost you a lot of time overall over the whole length of the lap. So yeah, pretty good start from them. So let's just drop back a little bit because these Ferraris are going to be very fast off the line. In fact, we'll go with Boulder. So let's just wind this back to the beginning and then we can get underway. So there we go. And we'll say hello to everyone online as well. Thanks for tuning in. And without any further ado, here we go, ready for the sprint race. Everybody looks like to be starting on softs as well. We've got 5 red lights. And they're all off to a very good start. Benke seems to have got a better start than his teammate already. Let's just up to 6th position already. And I think that's Rivulet is just squeezing into fighting for first place against Unimo. So Munken not getting the best start off the line here. And we've got people going off already, so let's just quickly jump back and see what happened here. So as we come into this, who we got that drops back? Oh, missed it a little bit, but who? We might have to do one more take on that one. Let's just see what we can see. A little bit of bumping along. Was that a Citroen that's gone wide? It was buoyant. Takes the avoiding action. Safe rejoin from him, so that's good driving, but it does cost him some places, so unfortunate start for him, but he's going to be looking to make as many positions as he can in that Citroen. It is particularly quick. And we do have to give a special shout out to Gaz, his teammate, who was pulled out of the rest of the season for his health reasons, so we wish him the best of luck. And he can cope well with what he's got going on. And in the meantime, Boyan is going to be representing the Citroens as Bird goes a little bit skittish out the left-hander and pulls straight across Boyan. Fortunately, there's not too much contact. So Mike's up to 11th. Pusher is down to 10th, so he's had a terrible start, really, opening lap. As we've got, it was a Lamborghini that was spun round, so quickly let's just drop back and see how he's managed to do this one. So he's in 8th position, looking to come round, goes, and he's gone up the curb and gets a wheel on the grass, and that's just going to spin him round. Definitely. Good driving, waiting for everyone to clear the way there. Hello Pusher, good to have you with us, mate. So, Rivulet has made a fantastic start for the McLaren drivers, getting up into 1st position. Unimo a close 2nd position behind him, so I'm expecting some pretty good driving from these guys now. The top 3, 4 people, 5 people actually, are all very quick drivers. Munken all up in the slipstream of Boulder ahead of him, and Gum trying to get on the back of that train as well, but not quite enough against the Ferrari of Boulder in 3rd place. But we should still see Munken make some moves because he has had the pace all season, really. Okay, it all seems a bit stable at the front. We've got a small gap after Gum now, back to Benke, who I think is still up on his starting position, but he doesn't have any room to breathe because he's got HK right behind him. That Renault is doing a great job keeping up with the Ferrari, despite the acceleration it has out of the corners, although this is a bit more of a high-speed track, so perhaps favouring the torquey engine that the Renault has. So dropping behind again is a little bit more of a gap to HK's teammate in the Renault of Lord Hans in 8th with a yellow flag ahead. Who have we got? Oh, Boulder's managed to bin it into the hairpin. Let's have a look, see what's going on here. From 3rd position as well. So he's coming down into the hairpin, brakes a little bit too late and gets a wheel on the grass, and that's just going to spin him round. Oh, that is heartbreaking for him. Oh no, he's waiting for everybody to go past. I mean, that is fantastic sportsmanship from him, being ever so conscientious of the drivers around him, but man, that's really cost him. But that being said, excellent awareness and driving from Boulder there. So we'll jump back up through the ranks to see how everyone's doing now. We'll drop back, sorry. So Banana's in 13th, Boyan's in 14th, looking to gain the last little bit of slip that he can from Banana ahead of him. Inorganic in 15th place, and Falcon at the back of the grid, still trying to recover from his spin earlier on. Revelit now making a bit of an impact. He's got a good bit of a gap behind him. I should say that he's managed to break the toe of Unimo behind him. So that's good driving from him as Unimo goes a little bit wide through that corner. Munkin is going to be desperate to close the gap now. He's got the sights on a podium, but he's going to want to go for second or third by the end of the 9th lap, I should imagine. So is Gum looking to make any kind of moves? He's a little bit too far back at the minute, but he does have some good pace in the Genesis. Benke is in 5th position. He's managed to get the place. We'll get an extra. Oh no, that was just because his teammate had spun out. So lap 6, yep. We'll keep an eye out for that one, Mike. So everyone doing a really good job so far of keeping it going forwards. Revelet is pulling to the right hand side, trying to make sure that nobody gets the toe behind him, but I don't really think he needs to worry about it at this point, as he cuts back in, ready for turn 1 into that chicane. So is Unimo able to close the gap? He has managed to close that gap though. Within a second. So Unimo really getting the most out of the Nissan GTR as he makes himself very prominent in the mirrors of Revelet, perhaps trying to force a little error at some point. Oh, Munkin managed to pick himself up a half-second penalty. Will he have enough space behind him? The penalty line on this track isn't as bad as it could be compared to other tracks, because it is already coming into a braking zone, so overall you don't actually lose that much track position as he manages to hang on to the 3rd place. But Gum is all over the back of him. So we'll just jump back up again and see if Unimo manages to make it any closer, coming up to the last couple of corners and then the long straight down to turn 1. Will he manage to get a good run out of this last corner and make a pass against Revelet? Already going for a look, but not quite enough just yet. He wants to get in that slip and make a move right at the last minute if he can. Revelet's helmet gets me every time, man. So Unimo doesn't manage to make that move, but he isn't giving Revelet any space to breathe. So this is going to be a question of, oh, has he got to the inside? It looks like he might have done. Is he going to have... Oh, he doesn't quite get the move done before the next corner. And he's going a little bit wide, but he manages to keep it from understeering off, and they're coming into the tight left under. Revelet going a little bit wide. It's going to leave the door open a little bit for Unimo. He looks for the inside. Is he going to get it? Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Both of them went deep there, so I can't imagine that you could say that that's a push to pass exactly. They both really on the limit of grip for both of them. Oh, and Revelit's managed to go wide, so that's got to be a penalty for him. And there it is, Munken is up to second, watching the two ahead of him battle for first position, and it opens the door for him to just slip in and do a George Russell and get the position. So is Gum going to be able to make anything of this? He's going to be chomping at the bit to get third position. Valuable points for this. He just needs to keep as close as he can to Revelit in front of him, and then he will make that position. And he goes in for the inside. Oh, but has to slow it down too much just to make sure he doesn't go into Revelit, and that gives Revelit the position back. So now it's all going to be about keeping it as close as he can to the penalty line. So we'll just drop back a little bit, because I think that was where Bird and Mike might have had a little something together. Oh, Mike going a bit too wide through there. He'd be lucky if he doesn't get a penalty. And he has got one, so that's not going to do him any favours at this point in the race, with Bird so close to the back of him. So we're just going to quickly jump up and see what happens with Gum and Revelit coming through the penalty line. There's a bit of a gap, but we might well see Gum make it past as he comes to the inside of the hairpin. Goes way too deep off the track, and so long as he doesn't go too fast rejoining it, he won't get a penalty, but we will just have to wait and see. Absolutely gave that position away. He'll be screwing inside his cockpit there. So let's just jump back again. What have we got here? These two neck and neck coming round. Oh, there's a little push there. Oh, a little push back. So Bird managing to get the position with a little bit of argy-bargy, and that leaves Mike completely open to Boyan, who is going to be wanting to make as many moves as he can, whilst Mike's a little bit unsettled from that move. But ahead of them is a fairly substantial gap, so will Bird be able to close that gap at any point? I mean, with only 2 laps left, or 3 laps really, it does seem like a bit of a tall order, so it's really a question of how much of a gap he can make from Mike behind. So we jump up. Fudo done a pretty good race here in his Lexus. 9th place, so reverse grid, 2nd position. Bird on pole. He'll probably be wanting to hang on to that for the future race, starting in 1st. Pusher is in 8th place, doing a bit of a recovery drive. And who's that's gone off? Was that Lord Hand? I think it was. We'll just have a drop back and see what happened to him as he comes into the left-hander, gets the corner nice, but oh, just so easy done. Just gets on the beans a little bit too much and loses the rear end, and that allows Pusher through and Fudo. Again, really good conscientious driving. He realises he's not on speed as much as everybody else and just keeps to the outside. Really good sportsmanship from him with that. So Benke is still up in 6th place for Team Ferrari. Is he going to be able to get past HK, who I believe was behind him actually the last time we were on him? So at some point he's lost that position, but he is still up from where he started. So HK doing a good job, just trying to weave around a little bit, break the toe, but gets back to position, ready for braking. Opting for the wide line on the AstroTurf, but misses the apex a little bit. But look at the tyres, they are over halfway done on the front, so grip is going to be reduced now. Gum is a little bit too far behind from Revelet, who's hanging on to that first of the podium positions in third place. Unimo still unable to, oh, hang on a minute. How did Munken get to position 1? Let's just drop back, because this was a while ago. We're just going to see how this one happened to pan out, and then we'll jump back up to where we were. So we can see these two guys fighting for the position. I think this is the one that we already saw, so we'll just jump forward a little bit. So yeah, Munken gets ahead of him. Hello Revelet, welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. So let's see, what does Munken manage to do here? He gets a really good exit out of the penultimate turn, coming round into the last corner. Does he get a good run into the start-finish straight? He's very close to Unimo ahead of him. This could be a slam dunk. Unimo doesn't defend. I'd have been all over that if it was me. So it's a pretty simple move for Munken. Gets that position sorted. So let's jump back up to where we were. Munken now in first place. Maximum points for him. Unimo still not letting Munken get away with anything. He'll be looking to do the same thing that Munken did to him, perhaps coming onto the back straight within this next lap or two. Oh, this is close racing from these guys. We'll just drop back a little bit because I think I can see some more tight racing further back. Fudo's managed to pick himself up a half-second penalty with Lord Hands right behind him, so he's not going to be able to defend that, unfortunately. Be disappointed a little bit. Oh, I think he may have just increased his penalty again. Will that go up before he gets to the penalty line? He's about to serve it. I think he's managed to get away with it. Very lucky from him. So he loses that position to Lord Hands, but like we say, there's a big enough gap behind to Bird behind him, so he's hanging on to second place for the reverse grid pole. Mike is still in 11th place, holding Boyan behind him in the Citroen GT. Inorganic is very close behind, hoping for a mistake from any of these guys as it goes a little bit wide into the gravel, so that's definitely not going to help him. Falcon now up to 14th, recovering from his last drive, so it's not been the best sprint for him, but there's plenty of opportunities in the feature race ahead. Boulder in 15th, having a bit of a lonely race at the back, and Banana even more so, bringing it up the rear. So back to the front as Unimo is desperately trying to look for a space against Munken, but the front engine GTR has pretty much, oh sorry, no, that's who we are, we're on with Munken. So the Lamborghini has pretty much rinsed its front left tyre, and now we will check because Unimo's front tyre is way better than Munken. So Munken is desperately trying to hold on to this position. Unimo with a much better bit of grip, but just not able to find the place, as this is the final lap. So these guys, unless something drastic happens, I think we're going to see the finishing order. Munken comes through the last corner to come across the finish line, and will Unimo be able to do anything at all? It's not likely. There it goes. First and second place. Revelik does a great job in the McLaren in third place. Gunn brings it home in fourth. HK gets fifth. Benke in sixth, and Pusher recovers back to seventh place. So good result overall for the McLarens. Lord Hands in eighth. Fudo comes across the line in ninth. Mike in 10th, he manages to get the position back from Bird. Let's just jump back and see if we can see how that one happened. It's quite far, so we'll just run back through to the end. There we go. So Boyan in 12th, Inorganic in 11th, Falcon comes across the line in 14th, doing a good job catching up to the pack ahead of him. Boulder coming round to the finish line for 15th place, and finally Banana brings it across, rubber banding around the road a little bit, but gets 16th place for the sprint race. So that was a great bit of racing, really clean racing from everybody. Have to commend you all massively for there. And there was a lot going on for me there, so I'm just going to quickly run through the comments a bit, because I couldn't look at it and commentate at the same time, unfortunately. Not quite that good enough yet. Revelik, yeah, you did a great job keeping up with those guys at the front. You had a well-deserved finish position there. Falcon, yeah, the Lambo, that's definitely the meta car for here. At least it has been in all the daily races, but like you say, it's a bit heavy on the tyre wear. And there we go. Commendation for everybody. Well done to the top three. So we're going to just jump out of this and we'll load up the feature race. And we'll get this loaded and jump through as quickly as we can so that we don't see the finish result, because I haven't seen it yet, so it's going to be a surprise for me, as it is. Well, you suppose everyone in Tier 6 will know the finishing result, but it makes it exciting to watch. The feature was hectic, eh? Okay. Well, definitely something to look forward to then. Just gonna have a sip of my drink as well. Okay, hopefully that was quick enough. What you guys saying? Oh, Mike, you lost 4 positions in the start, eh? Right. Well, let's get everything lined up. And where is it? And we'll go through the grid and what tyres everybody is on. So far this season, this tier has managed to surprise me with a few pit strategies. So let's see if anybody here went for the 2-stop. Fudo, I'm looking at you. Now then, in 16th place on the racing hards is Banana. So probably opting for the 1-stop. In front of him is Boulder on the softs. Now you could do a 1-stop with softs and hard, but let's see what he manages to do. So he will be looking to make up as many places as possible in these opening laps. Then we've got Falcon in 14th place on the racing hards. Oh, guys, you are making it sound really exciting. I'm looking forward to this. We do not talk about T4 and 5. Right, let's get on with this. Falcon's on the racing hards, so probably going for the 1-stop as well in 14th. Inorganic also on the racing hards. From the back, it's probably the best option to go for. Then in 12th place in the Citroen, which is good on its tyres, going for the medium. So will he go for a medium hard, or is he going to risk a medium soft? Let's wait and see. Bird is in 11th place, also on the racing hards, but you didn't mean to start on the hards. Oh well, you're going to have to go with it, and it's not the worst of strategies, to be fair. So Unimo with reverse, who finished in... Why is he in 10th? I thought Munkin won, so he should be in 10th. But there you go, never mind. More work for Unimo to do. So Unimo is on the hards in 10th place. Munkin is also on the hards in 9th place. Revelit ahead of him, also on the hards. Gum on the hards. HK starting on the mediums, perhaps going for the reverse strategy on this one. Benke starting on the hards, nearer the front in 5th position. Pusher also opting for the hard tyre in 4th place. Lord Hans going for the hard strategy as well. Fudo going for the hards, and Mike on the mediums, trying to capitalise on the medium tyre at the beginning of the race with a rolling start. So he'll be looking to make as much as he can to get a gap from Fudo behind. So with all that done, let's get on with this race as we approach the start-finish straight. Now, will Mike be able to keep the gap coming into turn 1, or is anybody going to make a big old dive coming in? He's got his teammate behind him, so hopefully they keep it clean. He does have a little luck though, as they all come through. Let's see what happens as everybody get through. Revelit keeps it clear on the outside of Monk, and he gets the inside, and then the outside again for turn 3. Everybody managing to make it through. Pretty good so far. Boulder definitely didn't have a good start because he was already ahead. So what happened here? As we look down to all of the traffic in front of him, he goes as wide as he possibly can, perhaps. Oh, yeah, on the Astro. Doesn't get it stopped in time and goes wide and gives the position away. 2 Banana ahead of him, so let's just jump forward again. There's Boyan kicking up a little bit of dirt. Let's see where these guys go. 3 wide into the right-hander. Kicking up dirt ahead of him. Mike giving it a... Wow, look at this. Look at these guys go. There's just not enough room to see everything. So Munker managing... Oh, right, let's just take a second to compose myself. Right, who do I want to be on? Now, it looked like Munkin and I think, was it Benke, had a little bit of something happen through this next little section. So coming into turn 4, Gum gets a little tap on Benke. Coming round. So maybe it gets a little bump again to the side, which spins him around, and a contact again. So let's ride on board. Maybe we'll get a better view of it through this one. So Unimo rubber banding around a little bit, and Falcon gets the position. Sorry, not Falcon. Munkin spins his teammate around, will jump back one more time. Oh, he gets rear-ended. Oh, and that punts him into Benke. And then, who was that? Was that Bird as well? Oh, it's such an unfortunate stream of events. How would you even go about reporting that if that's what happened? Gum does seem to be waiting up though, so perhaps feeling like he's responsible for that in some way. Well, fair play to him. So that is a hard start for these guys, but it's a long race, so they plenty of opportunities to make up. So Boulder's managed to benefit somewhat. Oh, as Bananas managed to go completely sideways into that corner. Let's just jump on with him for a moment as he comes into the corner, braking very late, realises the option, perhaps doing a little handbrake turn to make the corner, but that unfortunately takes Boyan out as well. Oh, and then Boyan gets reset. Oh man. Sometimes the track limits on this game, even when you say don't reset the car, it's just shocking, isn't it? Look at that. So he goes to rejoin the track and it just resets it. But Banana displaying some very good sportsmanship, waits up for him, and obviously losing extra positions as well, and having dirty tyres for going off track as well, even though he was just waiting up. So disappointing for him, trying to recover from that one. So let's jump back to the front. Lord Hans has had an absolutely stellar beginning of the race as he comes through that, probably benefiting from all the carnage that happened behind him. So let's just jump back a little bit, let's see how this one happens. So all these guys, Mike managing to just get it stopped. Pusher goes around the outside. I think we just saw someone spin around a little bit there, did we? Let's just jump through. So Mike takes the inside line, just getting a little bit loose, coming out of the hairpin, but manages to hold the position against Falcon behind him. So yes, did I enjoy lap one? Wow, what what a phenomenal start. I mean, not phenomenal in the way that you would want it to be, but as a spectator, that was superb. So much action happening. I wouldn't want to be a steward after this race though, I'll tell you that. So Falcon looking to go down the inside, but the power of the Lexus is something to behold. Will he manage to keep it around the inside for turn one, but to get ahead of him, just squeezes the door closed on Mike. Mike might have the run on the inside as he comes through again. He gets the move done, and that's it. Oh, and Falcon goes for an amazing dive on the inside. Beautiful bit of overtaking from Falcon there. In fact, we're just going to have to go back and watch that. Oh, wrong button. Because that was a move and a half. He stays to the outside, gives him the dummy, and dives to the inside for the corner. That was absolutely brilliant. No contact whatsoever. So that's brilliant driving from Falcon. But Mike's not taking it sitting down. He dives to the inside again. Is he going to make the move stuck? He hugs the apex. Foot on the power, but Falcon's managed to keep the speed up on the outside and keeps the position as Mike's looking again on the inside. Is he going to get it done? He does. He goes for the move. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Does he yield the position? Bird is right behind Falcon as well. These two have to have in contact in the sprint race. I'm going to be on the best of terms through this little section. But ahead of that, there's 3 wide through the corner. There's so many of them. Right, everybody's managed to start getting it through fairly cleanly. I mean, these guys, this must have been such a tense race whilst you were driving. Now, revving it up to 7th, Mike is in 6th place, Falcon's in 5th, doing a good job from where he started after a bit of argy-bargy earlier on. Pulling to the right hand side to make sure he doesn't give Mike any slipstream, but amazingly Mike is still right there. Oh, as he goes wide, and that's going to allow Mike to get the inside line, well, at least the better line. Is he going to get it through coming round into turn 3? It's a repeat of the last lap. Mike's managed to get it on the inside again through turn 3. Oh wow, I'm losing my voice. Sorry, what happened there? At the back, we just dropped back a little bit. Now I think it was perhaps one of the Ferraris. So was it Boulder that we saw coming around into turn 3? No, it wasn't. It was just ahead of him. It was Unimo. We'll just jump back again. And Unimo and Bird. Let's have a quick look. So, oh, there we go. So Bird gets a bit. Oh, R2 button still doesn't aid him. Looks a bit like he gets a bit too high up on the grass as he cuts back in, and yeah, there we go. And he just loses control. And unfortunately, but Unimo tries to go on the outside, but collects him through the corner. That is going to be devastating for Unimo. He was onto a really good race after the sprint as well. So let's just try and jump back up. Benke's managed to get himself a half-second penalty somewhere. Absolutely, you should definitely upload that overtake, Falcon. It was sublime. There is no other way of saying it. That was such a good dummy, and sent it up the inside as clean as a whistle. Superb. You've got to get that one in there. So, oh boy, getting a bit squiggly. Inorganic is up to 9th place, having a really good race from where he started in the feature. Fudo has dropped back to 9th place now, unfortunately for him. But it is not over yet. It's only lap 3. It is, so much has happened, and it is only lap 3. Okay, so Fudo's in 8th, Boulder's in 7th, and Mike is going for yet another move on Falcon. Can you believe it? These guys are just going tit for tat every lap. So Mike has managed to get ahead of him again, and he's looking to do the same on Revelit as well. Oh, Boulder looked like he was about to have a go on the inside. So this is brilliant driving from Mike. Great defending. So gets 2 for 1 through the first corner and makes it stick through the next set of corners into the middle section of the race. Or middle section of the lap, I should say. Oh, and Revelit's managed to go a bit deep through that corner, and that's cost him because he's all the way back in 9th as he perhaps loses, and he loses another one. Welcome, Munkin. It certainly is a race. So let's just jump through now and see what's happening right at the front, because these guys have had a great bit of racing at the front, but we've not given them any coverage because so much has been going on behind them. So Lord's Hands still in first place from his move earlier on. Pusher is in second position. That's a great result for him. He'll be wanting to get as far up as he can. He needs the points to close the gap to Munkin ahead of him in the standings. And HK in the following Renault behind him. So, and then we've got Mike in 4th with a bit of a gap, but he's already managing to pull a bit of a gap on Boulder behind him. Falcon's managed to pick up a half-second penalty at some point. Oh, as he goes really deep through the first corner, that's going to allow Boulder to close that gap massively. Look at them. Boulder goes a bit wide as he enters the third corner. So let's just jump back forward again, because these guys look like they're pretty stable. So pushes in the middle of a Renault sandwich. He's got... It's very difficult when you're in this position to be looking ahead of you, trying to think, how can I get ahead of, how can I make a pass, when you've got HK filling your mirrors and looking to make an overtake, and you've got to try and defend at the same time. Pusher doing a really good job at the minute. all of these guys. Let's just have a quick check what tyres are on. So HK's on the mediums. Oh, Push has gone deep. Oh no, Push has gone deep, and it's given the position to HK on the mediums, and they are starting to wear out a little bit. So will we see some team orders, and will Lord Hans allow his teammate through to make the most of those medium tyres? It doesn't look like it. It's papaya rules, or whatever the hell that means nowadays. But Push is not giving up easily. He does a little dive to the inside, perhaps trying to force an error from HK. So far so good from these three at the front. Currently going purple. Will we see him make a move? Needs to flash his lights to let his teammate know. Oh, as Pusher goes wide again, almost makes contact. And there it is. He lets him through. But that's good sportsmanship. So currently it's a Renault 1-2. If they can make that stick to the end of the race. Oh, and Push has gone wide. It's going to be another penalty. There it is. That'll come around in another lap. So Mike's in 4th place. Still got Boulder all over the back of him. He's not going to be giving it any rest, although he's soft tyres considering they started from the back. Absolutely, Lord Hans. That was very well done. You have to let us know if you run with a party chat on whilst you guys are racing. Oh, Mike is fighting for that position back, coming into the last couple of corners. A little bit of argy-bargy, a little bit of tap-in, nothing too bad. Inorganic is going to be looking to make a move as well. This is fantastic racing for these guys. Going 3 wide down the straight. Who is going to get this coming into turn 1? I think it's Inorganic's got a nose ahead of everyone else. It's going to have to brake a little bit more than everyone though, because he's on the inside. So he gets back into 6th, but ahead of him. Oh, Mike's gone way too deep. That might end up being a penalty for him as well, and I think Boyne's managed to make a position as well because of that mistake from Mike. Keeping it tight on the inside of the right-hander. So how many more laps are we going to see Boulder go? Oh, there's been a bit of contact. Let's just jump back and see if we can see what happened just here. So coming into the left-hander, it's a sharp left, lots of braking, goes a bit deep, oh, gets contact, and then he gets collected by Mike behind, who gets probably punted again from behind. So Boyan loses out, a little bit of a concertina effect. There's not a huge amount you could do with that. So that one is on Boyan a little bit. Oh, and then gets another tap from Munkin behind, who's going to have to serve his penalty. But man, look how close everybody is. Oh, he's binned it coming through the right-hander. Oh, this thing. Easily done through that thing. Oh, and Fudo's managed to just get a penalty. How has he managed to do that? Cut the corner a bit too much. So, looking ahead, you can see some smoke kicking off. People rubbing tyres. Who was that? Is that Revelet? Trying to make positions back as much as he can. Benke ahead of him has got a penalty. Is he going to serve it this time round? No, that's for the next lap. So I can't believe how tight the field is. All these guys are they're so close. I mean, you've got the pack at the front that have broken away, but they're all within a few seconds of each other. Revelet's looking to try and squeeze Benke. trying to get the better line, but that Ferrari's a very wide car when it needs to be. And Benke's doing a good job trying to defend. To come out of turn 3, will we see him? We'll see Revelet make a move to the inside. I think we might see Munkin try and do the same against Mike. Appreciate the comment there, Mike. Thanks very much. Glad you're enjoying it. Okay. Oh, let's get a quick breather. It's just about settled down now. Although I say that, here we go again. Falcon's looking to make a move. It's all over the back of Fudo, who's going defensive. Gum ahead of him. But Fudo's got a penalty, so he's going to give a couple of places away. Falcon is right there behind him, so he's definitely not going to hold on to that one. Will Boyan manage to make a... Oh no, Boyan will not manage to make it because Boyan's got a penalty too. So how many positions is Bird going to make up through this thing? He gets just the one position, manages to close the door on Boyan getting a cutback. Good defensive driving from him. Falcon now up to 11th. From his earlier off. And Fudo goes a bit wide. What have we got here? Oh, and he's... Oh, let's just jump back and see this one again. So Fudo comes into the last corner a little bit deep. Falcon sees the gap, goes for it, gets a bump, that sends Fudo straight off, a classic push to pass, and unfortunately Fudo's on the exit of the corner and Boyan just ploughs into the back of him. Nothing he could do there, he's going to be a complete passenger. So that is unfortunate for Boyan. He just managed to make it up to 12th and now he's back down to 13th. So he will be well over this race by now, I should imagine. And he's got damage, so unfortunately that's going to affect him a little bit just for the next 20 or 30 seconds or so whilst that clears. Unimo is up into 12th place, still trying to recover from his earlier off at turn 3. Bird just ahead of him in 11th place. Tyres starting to look a little bit used now on the Genesis. It is a little bit heavy on its fronts, but not as much as the tyres on the Lamborghini. The MR car is definitely using more of the rears, and it's going to use even more when you slide through the corners like that. So Bird's teammate Gum up ahead of him in 8th position, as we looks like we've got a move from Revelet and Mike. So Munkin and Mike both have to serve their penalties. Revelet's going to make an easy position out of this one, but Willie managed to make 2 positions as Mike ghosts through that, but Munkin's managed to hold on to his position, keeps it safe in 5th place. Oh, and Mike's gone wide again. Is that going to be another penalty? Coming out of the hairpin. He's managed to get away with it, I think. He just served his penalty. That would be a real kick in the teeth to serve a penalty and immediately handed another one. So Revelet's back up into 6th place now. Munkin's in 5th. Inorganic is in 4th place. And look how good his tyres are. He's doing a fantastic job of tyre management in the Mazda, especially compared to Munkin behind him. Used a little bit more fuel, but not too much really. Lord Hans in 3rd place, so at some point Pusher has managed to get a position from him and doing a brilliant drive in the McLaren. Tons of fuel left, so that's definitely going to benefit him when he comes in for his pit stop going on to the mediums, probably in the next 2 or 3 laps. I think we'll see them start to come in, and HK miles up in front, but his mediums really are starting to look a bit used. Probably going to go one more lap, I think, before we see him come in for the hards. Oh, grab a quick drink. Oh, here he goes. easily done. There's a little bump in the track coming out of that corner, and if you don't get it just right, it can spit you around a little bit. So will we see HK come in on lap 10, or is he going to hang it out for another lap? He hangs it out for another lap like we thought he might do. Still got another couple of laps left really of the mediums, unless his times really start to drop off. So he's got a couple in the 45s, a couple in the 44s, so he's doing pretty good at the minute, fairly consistent lap time, so he's probably going to stay out as much as he can on those. Pusher behind is pretty much in the 46s, 45s, getting quicker as the laps go on, and the hards are still very usable at the minute for him. Lord Hands, again, fairly consistent times. Give it an average, it's probably around the 146 mark. A couple of quicker, a couple of slower, but doing a pretty good job nonetheless. Munker now up into 4th place, managing to get the position from Revelet. And his hards are looking like they're gonna start hurting him now. Once they get to 50%, they go into their next phase, and you'll start feeling the understeer coming, and the lack of grip on exits, and a little bit of oversteer. So Rivelet's in 5th, Gum is in 6th position, and his hards are looking really bad, and he's got considerably less fuel than the guys ahead of him as well, so he's trying his best to catch up as much as he can, and he's done a good job to get a gap from Falcon behind him though, so there's no threat from behind really. Falcon's in 7th place, Bird's up into 8th place, Unimo recovering back up to 9th place so far. Seeing the damage on that crushed carbon body shell of the GTR. Boyer now up into 10th, making a couple of places against Benki and Fudo. Now where did we see? We didn't see Boulder make a pit, but he clearly has. When was that? That was on lap 8. So he's going for the soft hard strategy, and he's going to try and get that all the way to the end now. So it's a risky move. We've seen before what the Ferrari can do once its rear tyres are worn out, as it keeps it just about on the track. But obviously everybody ahead of him has got to make a pit, so whilst that happens, we will see him leapfrog everybody through the pit phase. Organic in 14th, doing a really good job, so he's just pitted and comes into a set of medium tyres, loads of fuel. And with the tyre wear being so good on the Mazda, you can't fault him for going for a longer stint. Was it 12 laps on the medium tyre? If you can make it work, you'll definitely benefit from that. The medium tyre was about 1 to 2 seconds quicker per lap over the hard tyre, so we're going to see him make his way back up through the grid very quickly over the next couple of laps. So Mike down in 13th, also made a pit for some hards off of the mediums, going to the end, so he's going to have inorganic over the back of him very shortly. Fudo is in 12th, and we're just going to jump forward because HK has come into the pits. Whoa, with only a smidge of tyre left on the front, so Pusher stays out for an extra lap. I think he could have come in, to be honest, on this lap, but the McLarens are splitting the strategies. Revelet's in this lap off the hards, so we'll see Pusher come in this lap, taking provisional pole so far. HK will get the undercut, but will he have gone to the softs? Is he going to be brave? I think we'll see all of these guys at the front start to come in now on this lap. Pusher, you stay out for 2 more laps on used hards. brave. I can imagine we're going to see a classic example of the undercut come out from this one then. So Benke's E7th, Fido's in 8th with another half-second penalty. But overall, not doing a really bad job. HK on the new hards. So it doesn't go for the softs, goes for the reverse strategy, but gets the most amount of running time on the mediums. A lot of positions to make up as we see. Does anybody come in? So Munken comes into the pit lane. Pusher. Oh, you did come in. Oh, so I said brave. Yes, you're going to go for the hard soft. So Lord Hands and Bird stay out on the hard tyres, perhaps opting for the soft tyre. Pusher comes in for a new set of boots. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people coming in for new tyres. So what has Munken gone for? Probably the mediums. He does, he's gone for the mediums. Is he going to make a position as he comes around? Revelit is ahead of him, so he loses that position to Revelit again, who pitted a lap earlier and makes the most of the undercut. And you can see just how much of an advantage it gives you. There's a good, probably couple of seconds in that, and obviously the fuel saving that the McLaren's been able to do over the Lamborghini as well. So that's a fantastic result for Revelit. He's just got to keep it on the straight and narrow all the way to the end now. Not too much of a big ask. 9 laps left. So let's just drop down and see if any of these guys are having a bit of a battle. We've got Mike with Inorganic right behind him. Inorganic's managed to close that gap quite substantially. Oh, and he looked like he was about to go to the back of him there. Or was there contact, in fact? Let's just jump on. Oh, that was so close. I couldn't quite tell if there was contact or not, but Mike manages to get it back on the track. Inorganic is holding back position, but does Mike manage to get a penalty for going wide again? I think he's managed to get away with it. An incredibly lucky drive from Mike. Let's go back and watch your pit exit. Inorganic's managed to get a penalty. Right, let's just jump back. One more. And then we'll jump back up to where we were. So Falcon follows Gum coming out. Oh, and he definitely didn't mean to do that, did he? Let's just jump on board and see what happens. Oh, this blooming R2 button. Oh, and he's gone straight into the back of Gum. Oh, and he almost went straight into the side of him as well and T-boned him, and now he's in the way. Oh dear. That was... Oh, and Boyens managed to go off as well. How did he do that? Let's just jump back and we'll see what happened with these guys. So he's got a yellow flag ahead of him. He can see what's happening. He slows down. Gum comes on the outside. Oh, he clips him and sends him out wide. A little bit of unawareness from Gum there. Banana is going to try and weave his way around the track to get positions back. Gum waits up for Boyan because of that, and Falcon's managed to go away and spin. Oh my word, you can't write this. Let's just go back and have a look. So Right, there we go. So the pair of them waiting for each other to give the position back because Boyan was knocked off, and then he comes through and he's gone wide and he's off on the dirty side of the track and just spins around. Oh man. Oh, it's terrible but hilarious. So we hate to laugh. Oh, and he's just ploughed it into the barrier. I mean, entertainment value. There you go, that's all you can look at. Okay, so Lord Hans has come into the pit lane. Are we going to see him go for the softs? He's got to lap 14 on the hards, and there's still got a fair bit of life left in them. He's done a fantastic job getting round in the Renault. And I dare say he might not even have to fuel. Now, he puts a little bit of fuel in, but it won't have to be a lot. So we're definitely going to see him on the softs. Pusher, HK, Rivulet, Munkin all getting ahead of him now. Will he manage to get ahead of Mike coming out of the pit exit? He's just behind him. He's managed to make it work. So he gets ahead of him, but he's definitely behind on position from those ahead of him, but he is on the soft tyre, so let's wait and see what he can do. He's going to be putting in some qualifying laps for the next 7 or 8 laps once his tyres are up to speed, or up to temperature, sorry. So Monk only a couple of corners ahead of him really, and his medium's still got plenty of life left in them. Rivulet in 3rd place, again on the mediums, with HK going for the reverse strategy on the hards. So Rivulet is going to be looking desperately to close that gap, and is definitely enough time to be able to do it because he's only a couple of seconds behind HK in front of him. And then we've got Pusher on the mediums, who's leading the pack by not quite a country mile, but maybe a furlong. So Pusher's just got to keep it on the tarmac, and it's going to be an easy victory for him. However, here behind, Rivulet is going to be looking to make a move. Is he going to be close enough to be in the slipstream of HK ahead of him? Not this lap, but if he can get excuse me, if he can get a good lap together, he might be able to make it on the next one. So we'll jump back to see these guys. Current fastest lap is Rivulet with a 1:43.2. So will we see Lord Hans make any kind of dent into that fastest lap and get the extra point on the softer tyre? Doesn't look like Mike is going to be able to do anything on his hards. He's going to be a good 2 or 3 seconds a lap slower than Lord Hans in front of him. And if Inorganic doesn't stop getting penalties, he's never going to close that gap to Mike. So Unimo's back up into 8th place now. He's going to be able to make an easy position once we get up to the penalty line. He might even look to have a go before he gets to the penalty line. And oh, I can see some... Oh dear. Just as I was about to say it, I could hear the tyre squeal. So he gets a little bit too much on the AstroTurf. A heavy right foot and spins it round. Manages to get off the track in time before the others come around. But unfortunately drops back down into 10th, so this really hasn't been a good race for Unimo. Fudo's now in 11th, and he's got Benke behind him, who is also on softs, but the acceleration of that Ferrari is going to be difficult, and Fudo goes wide again through that exit of the turn and is going to get a penalty. Do we see it come up, or has he managed to get away with it? I think he managed to go slow enough that he hasn't got the pen. So these Lexus drivers are probably the luckiest people on the track for the not getting track limit penalties. So we'll drop back, and then we've got Gum now in 13th after the hilarious little bit of driving from these guys at the back. Banana making the most out of that one as well. And Falcon in 16th place, probably not enjoying his race anymore after having done a really good job prior to that incident coming out of the pit lane. So Pusher is extending his gap, is it? And Revelit's managed to make it past, so let's just jump back and see where this happened. Okay, does Revelit have to... No, Revelit's on the hard, so what do we see? So we're coming into the sharp left hairpin. Revelit goes for a dive on the inside, making it really obvious where he's going for, and he gets the move. Oh, done! HK going a little bit squirrely on the exit. Can't hang it around the outside on the harder tyre, and Revelit makes a sublime move through that little complex, but HK can't rest because he's got Munkin all over the back of him, who's looking to make a move as well. Oh, this bloody cameraman. Let's just jump back again because that looked like it was really good as well. Coming into the last corner, goes for a late down. Oh, does get a bit of contact. HK manages to keep it on the track though. I haven't seen if there was a steward's report about that one, but that was a little bit heavy for Munkin. I feel like he was alongside enough at the turning point. In two different trajectories, sometimes contact is inevitable with that, but maybe they could have tried a little bit harder. But overall, still pretty good. So Munkin is definitely going to be hunting down Revelit ahead of him now. Also on the medium tyres, but they are a little bit more warm because he did pit a lap or two earlier than everybody else. You can see the gap to Pusher in front of him isn't massive either, so what's Pusher up to? He's just pooing along. Oh, is that going to be a penalty? I think it might be. No, clearly not. The weak track limits are working in everybody's favour now, so Pusher getting away with that one. Revelit trying to do his best to close the gap. It does look like he's closing the gap a little bit. Got the fastest lap so far, 1:43.2. These guys really putting the hammer down. And Munkin has already managed to close the gap to Revelit in front of him after getting past HK. And Munkin takes the fastest lap off the McLaren driver, so 1:43.1, almost into the 1:42s. These guys really getting fast. Let's just jump back to these guys at the back. It looked like they were a little bit close on the track map. Got a little bit more coming here. We've got Benke trying to get past Fudo. Can he get the move done? Doesn't quite manage to do it. The power of the Lexus pulling out of the corner pretty good and going down the straight. Benke is in the slipstream mode, so will we see him make a move coming into the first corner? He looks to the inside, hard on the brakes, cuts the corner but doesn't quite make it work. Oh, Fudo's gone wide though. Are we going to see him manage to pull it back? Benke opts out of it. Really does look like Fudo's struggling on his tyres ahead of him. Maybe Benke's just waiting to see if Fudo makes a mistake and takes himself out just to gain an easy position. Clever driving if he is. So let's just jump forward again. Unimo in 10th place, a little bit of a lonely race after his earlier accident. Boulder catching up to Bird ahead of him. His hard's looking about halfway, so we're going to start to see him drop off a little bit each lap now. Only 5 laps to go. Bird ahead of him on much better mediums. Trying to close to Mike in front of these two. Have been going tit for tat through both races. A little bit too far away at the moment, but closing the gap a little bit through the slipstream, and Mike's gone wide. Bird's taken loads of that corner, but that's allowed him to close the gap up nice and tight. Mike going wide on the entry into the corner and gets a better exit, carries more speed out. Will we see anything happen coming into the next left-hand hairpin, because this is an opportunity for a bit of a dive, but he's too far back, doesn't make it. But Mike's going wide at near enough every corner, and his hards are looking a little bit tired, so maybe in the next couple of laps we could see Bird make a move with a superior tyre grip. So Mike's doing his best to hang on to that position. Now what do we have here? Pusher's lost the lead. Let's just jump forwards. What do we see? Okay, so these guys are running. Sorry, just realised I wasn't on the cinematic view. So Reveille has managed to close the gap a little bit to Pusher. Pusher's being a bit more conservative than he probably needs to be. And as they come across the penalty line straight into the left-hander, are we going to see a mistake from Pusher? Not too bad really. Gets a good exit, all three of them doing a pretty good job. Let's jump online with Reveille, see what happens here. The one in the middle. Currently McLaren 1-2. So now they come across the start-finish line, start-finish straight. How much are we going to be looking at slipstream and overspeed coming into turn 1? I mean, nothing so far. That's been pretty clean racing. Reveille is closing that gap massively. Oh, someone ahead has just spun it round. It's Falcon again. What has he managed to do? Comes into the tight left-hander. Is he going to have cut too much? Oh, and he gets on the power too much again. Damaged front and rear and suspension. That is really not what he wants. So we just jump back with the top 3 now. Reveille looking to make a move, letting Pusher, his teammate, know that he's coming up behind him. Time to move over. Multi 21. Yeah, you need to check the skid plugs. You definitely don't want a double DQ, do you? So Reveille looks to the inside. Pusher's gone way too wide, and that's going to leave him open for Munkin to come in on the next corner, and he's got him. He's got him before he even gets to the corner. He's going to hang it around the outside, maybe get the cutback. There it is. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. A little bit of a touch. Oh, that is within a space of a couple of corners. Pusher's managed to lose 2 positions. The lead, maximum points. He's going to be devastated about that. So these guys, oh, and again, let's just drop back, because what happened to Reveille coming out of the last corner. Gets a good corner, but oh, and he just gets tail happy on the outside. He gets a little bit squirrely and loses that position, and he drops down to third place. Pusher's now pushing to get back up into first place before he gets to the corner, and he's managed to do it. Will he manage to make it stick though? That is a question. Munken going for the switchback. Oh, and Pusher's closed the door on him and gets first place back. That is superb racing from these three. So Munken benefits the most, up into second place. He's desperately going to be looking to try and get past Pusher though. And he's all over him. I mean, there's no breathing room for Pusher whatsoever. Maybe this is the wake-up call he needs to pull his finger out and put some quality lap times in. Munken again filling Pusher's mirrors full of that purple Lamborghini. Pusher going defensive, taking the tighter line. It's going to compromise his exit. Munken's going to have a run, looks to go on the outside again. Oh, these guys are tight. He's going to go for the switchback. No, he just plows into the side of him, and that's going to allow Revelit through. Can they stick it? Oh, he doesn't quite get it, and now Munken's on the outside of Pusher, giving a little push as well. Gets the switchback, coming into the next right-hander. Is he going to keep it there? Just about does it. Final corner onto the finish straight, and they can have a little breather for a couple of seconds, but now Pusher's got the slipstream again, and he's going to look to make another move again into the first corner. There it goes. He's on the inside. Revelit hanging back just to wait and see what happens. Maybe these two take it out. Take each other out. So Pusher gets the move done. Munken's got the inside for the next corner again. Oh my goodness, the racing is just so good. Munken gets through. Pusher's going to try for the cutback coming into turn number 4. Is he going to have it? He is! He's got the inside, he's got the space! Side by side, and Pusher just has to pull out. Munken doing a really good job squeezing them out there. Oh, Revelit's having a little look around the inside as well. Oh, words. The Lamborghini of Munken just managing to pull away from both the McLarens to get a little bit of respite. But my goodness, that has been some utterly tense racing. So these two now, these could work together. They need to work together. They need to get to the pit straight. They need to start bumping each other to catch up to Munken ahead of him. So let's just see if these guys do this and work together, because there's only a couple of laps left and it's maximum points on the line. Hello. I'm sorry if there's more action going on further behind, but we've just got to stick with this, because this is just absolutely amazing racing from these guys. So Revelit closing up to Pusher straight behind. Do they work together? Does he give him a bump? I think it looks like he is a little bit, and he's going to have a little look to the inside as well, but going for the team strap instead of an individual one. Oh, I see. Well, it's good teamwork, Revelit. You've got to do it at least once. So Revelit gets through now into second position. So Pusher's going to be bumping Revelit along with only 2 laps left, or lap and a half left of this race. So we'll just jump back really quick through the grid to see who's where. So HK is in 4th place, still running the hards. Lord Hands has made it all the way back up into 5th place, but his softs are spent. He's only got a couple of laps left of that front left. Oh man, oh Munken, no! What has happened? Okay, right, we're back on board. Is this going to be the same incident that happened to your teammate? Cuts the curb a bit much, gets on the power, spits it out into the barrier. Oh dear. Manages to get across the track. Lets a couple of people through. Oh, that will be so disappointing for him. So it's back up to a McLaren 1-2. Pusher back in front of Reveille. We didn't see how that one happened, but I mean they're going to take the points, but man, that must have hurt for Munken. It was his to lose, and he binned it, and it's such an easy corner to do it on as well. So he's running in fourth. He'll still do a good points haul. So long as he can get through the next lap, the final lap of this race at Catalonia, and my oh my, has it been exciting. So Lord Hans is in fifth. There's barely anything left of his tyre. Is Inorganic going to get a move on him between now and the final turn? Because I just can't see how he's going to keep it. With a 5 times multiplier, that front left is going to pop before it gets to the end. And Inorganic's having a look down the inside. Lord Hans is going wide. And he's got the move done. And is Falcon going to be able to get on him as well? Oh, sorry, I thought I was on there. Oh, Falcon's not going to be able to do it. Falcon's been lapped, unfortunately. So there it is. The tyre has gone. It's let go. So he's just got to try and get it to the end. And Falcon's going to want to get past again. But is there going to be enough time for Bird behind to close that gap? We're just going to run quickly down to see if there's anything else back up to the front. Everybody fairly well spaced out. So Pusher comes along the last corner. It's a McLaren 1-2 at the Circuit de Catalunya. Fantastic driving from these guys. HK manages to benefit from all the action ahead of him, gets third place. Munken comes along in fourth. Probably a bit upset about that one. Inorganic gets fifth place, so that's a great result for him. Bird's in sixth. Lord Hans finally comes along in seventh place, holds position from Unimo in eighth. Mike gets ninth. Boulder's in 10th. Benke's in 11th. Fudo brings it home in 12th for the other Lexus. Gums in 13th. Boyan comes back round in 14th position. And I've no idea. Well, Banana's all the way back at the finish straight, the pit penalty line, sorry. So Boyan gets 14th, Banana's in 15th. Falcon already crossed the line after being lapped, but manages to get, he pitted for an extra set of softs and annihilated the fastest lap with a 42.1, almost a full second quicker than anyone else that's done it. So fantastic result for him. In that, gets the extra point. No points for 16th place, which you'll be disappointed about, but at least there's one consolation prize. And Banana comes across in 15th place. My goodness, what a race. That was exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Well done, guys. That was so entertaining. So, just give me a second. I'm going to get the standings as they are pre-stewards. I'm sure there will be a few steward inquiries after that race. There was a little bit of argy-bargy. But even with a fourth place finish, Munken manages to hang on to his lead at first place in the championship with 141 points. However, the McLaren 1-2 was absolutely excellent. Revelit now in second position with just 1 point behind Munken. So the top two, 1 point between them. In third place, Pusher is up to 105 in third. Inorganics now in fourth with 102, so pretty tight even for third place at the moment. Neither of these guys can afford to take the foot off the throttle. Gums in fifth with 86 points. Then it's super tight for this bit. Bird is in sixth with 78 points. Lord Hans is in seventh with 77 points. HK is in eighth with 76 points. Unimo's in ninth with 75 points, and Boulder's in 10th with 73 points. So really tight in the mid-pack of the championship there. 11th place, we've got Benke with 69 points, not too far off the guys in front of him. Then in 12th, we've got Falcon with 48 points. Fudo's in 13th with 36 points. Krakavelli's in 14th, didn't race today. He's got 18 points. Boyan's in 15th with 16 points, not having a particularly good race at Catalunya for him. Then Mike's in 17th with 9 points, and the others didn't partake in this race, but Ayrton Jenner is in 18th with 7 points, and Gaz, who no longer is racing in this season, with 6 points, but we do, again, wish him all the best, and hope that he still tunes in to enjoy the racing from his former tier. Guys, that was absolutely brilliant. I was so entertained. Next week, we are in Spa-Francorchamps for yet more excellent racing and maybe even a little bit of rain. So from me, Bluebeard, and from Aero League Racing, we'd like to thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you same time next week.